drop it off my phone.
Welcome back. Well, we have the old pros here, and we have Miranda McPhee and Jules Zallen. And I'll tell you, Jules is dressed to the nines, and we're going to tell you why in just a few minutes. Well, thank you both for joining me. Nice to meet you both and have you on. So why don't we start with you and this ensemble. Tell me why you were dressed like that.
Well, because I'm here to invite everyone to the Old Pros meeting next Thursday, September 12th, at Clubhouse 7 at 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
We're going to be presenting a staged reading of the by now literary classic, The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. It was a very, very well-known, it's an epistolary historical novel based, in this case, exclusively on letters exchanged between the characters in the story. It's a wonderful story. It's the World War II memories of Guernsey Islanders. Guernsey is one of the Channel Islands in the English Channel, which unfortunately for them was very close to the French coast. And so as soon as Germany invaded France, they bombed and occupied Guernsey for the duration of the war.
Right.
It was a, well, to explain what I'm doing is, it's not only a staged reading, it's a performed staged reading.
Okay.
So what you're looking at is Eben Ramsey, who is a sometime stone carver, and a full-time fisherman.
Oh,
so
gotcha. So you got your pants and you have your little pouch.
He would write, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
in
awesome.
any event, the book was a runaway bestseller in 2008 when it was first published.
Okay.
In 2018, it became a very highly regarded film starring Lily James, she of Downton Abbey fame. The plot involves a chance encounter between a surprisingly literate Guernsey farmer and a British writer who stumbles upon this group and becomes drawn into the story. There's no intrigue or mystery, so there's no spoiler alert. The story involves the Germans who confiscated all of the livestock, which is of course what they did wherever they went to feed their troops. And someone hid a pig. And after fattening and slaughtering the pig, invited some friends to partake in a wine-soaked feast. The Germans, of course, had a curfew, and they were out past curfew, and a group of them, as they were wobbling home, get set upon by a couple of German soldiers who were going to bring them in, but first demanded, "What are you doing here?" And somebody very cleverly says, "Oh, we just came from a meeting of the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society." The soldiers apparently thought it was so innocent they laughed and let them go. But the group thereafter continued to meet on a weekly basis, not only then, but actually thereafter, filling in the story.
Okay.
So they spent time reading Shakespeare and Wordsworth and Dickens. The story has some color of authenticity with the potato peel pie, because in fact things were so dire throughout the occupation that the residents were reduced to actually making pies out of potato peel, which I understand they actually continue to do and continue to bake on the island. Miranda, who has visited the island, suspects that it's specifically for American tourists. Who knows? The relationship of the various Guernsey residents and one German soldier fill up the pages of this absolutely wonderful read. Our stage reading includes 17 of the letters, which paint a rich picture of the relationships between 7 members of the society, the British writer, her publisher, and her American paramour. There is a bonus there, and that is because this literary work was so popular, and because our staged performed reading will give you a complete picture of what's going on there. It's almost like what they call a Cliff Notes version.
Oh, well, that's perfect.
So the next time you sit at a cocktail party, you can talk intelligently about it without actually having read it.
That's awesome.
But it's really, I've seen the rehearsals, and it's going to be wonderful.
Oh, good. Now you're not in it, or you are in it?
Oh, I'm in.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
I'm
you have
Ramsey.
the outfit. Oh, okay, that's right. All right,
Eben
good.
Ramsey, this
Perfect.
fisherman
Excellent,
and
excellent.
stone carver.
All righty, good.
Don't I look the part?
You do look the part. I just wanted to make sure, because you were sort of talking as if you weren't in it there for a second. So, all right, so that's going to be on Thursday, September 12th in Clubhouse 7, and that's at 4 p.m., and it's free for the members and $3 for guests. So I think that's
What a
worth
deal.
$3 to get the cliff notes of the whole book. I like that.
It'll be good.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so we don't want to leave you out. You've got some interesting stuff to say about an upcoming event.
We do. We are very excited about this. We have Tony Lindsay and the Soul Soldiers coming in November.
Okay.
And Tony Lindsay was the former lead singer with the band Santana, and I don't know anybody who doesn't know who Santana was. So this is a really big deal for us. And he's got his own band, the Soul Soldiers, a really talented group.
Okay.
And so, you know, he was with Santana from 91 to 2015. So that was the period of real commercial success for them. And he's got 11 Grammys sitting on his mantelpiece at home. So he's going to be here. He's also a solo artist. He produces his own albums. So we've got an evening of Motown and R&B.
Sounds fun.
With some of the greats like Marvin Gaye and Aretha Franklin and Etta James and Nancy Wilson. I'm sure we'll slip a few more in there too. And it's only one night. So it's pretty exclusive. We think this is going to be a really pretty hot number.
No, I'll say. And then you mentioned that Tony, how do you guys know him? He knows someone here?
Yes, Alan Williams, who was Charlie Brown in our last production, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, grew up with Tony. It's his cousin.
Oh, no kidding.
And so he asked Tony if he would come down and do his exclusive concert for the Old Pros.
That is great.
Yeah. So the tickets go on sale next Monday.
Okay.
At the box office. And as I said, I think it might be a bit of a hot ticket, this one. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's he's such a well-known artist. I mean, even if you're not familiar with Tony Lindsay, you go and look at any video of Santana, and he's standing there.
He's right there.
He's also he does the club circuit in San Francisco. He was playing in Europe last week. He's got 3 CDs out. The tickets are $20, $30, and $40.
Okay.
And that will include a souvenir program. So we're producing full color, letter size program, so a good one to go with that for people to take home. And CDs of Tony's latest will be on sale after the show, and he'll be autographing them, signing them in the auditorium as well. So, so the flyers will be out next Monday, and the poster will be up in the Performing Arts Center, and the tickets will all be on sale, so it's all coming out that day.
Okay.
But we launched a new website this week.
Oh, good.
OCOldPros.org.
Oh, good.
That has everything that we do on it. So it's all the Guernsey literary. Thank you. I won't do the rest. That event will be on it. We've got a radio show coming up. We've got other monthly events. We're in TV. We're doing all sorts of other things. So that's a great site as our go-to site, and that will give you all the other information and tell you where and when and how.
Perfect. I think that's important because you do a lot of things throughout the year, and so that's a good place for them to be able to.
And they're kind of disparate too, so it kind of groups them all together, and it gives you all the past and the future events.
Oh, good, good. So let's talk about the event. It's not until November 10th.
Yes.
And it's at the Laguna Woods Performing Arts Center. So now $20, $30, and $40 differences. Is that depending on where you're sitting?
So the $40 is that the orchestra.
Oh, gotcha.
And then you've got that gap before the banked auditorium, and that's then the $30 and the 3 rows at the back of the 20.
Okay, great. So get in early for sure, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, that sounds
Bargain
very exciting.
prices for somebody like that.
Yeah. Oh my
really
gosh.
great.
I mean, for sure. And it's such a great small venue, so you're able to see him up close.
Yes.
Which is really a great treat.
Yeah,
oh, well, that'll be fun.
The real McCoy.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, that'll be super fun. Well, good. Well, both of you, thank you so much. I mean, congratulations to the Old Pros. You guys got some good stuff coming up, and
thank you.
Nice to have you both on.
Thank you for
Nice
having
to be
us.
here.
All right. And remember, if you would like to participate in any of these things, don't forget that you can go to the ocoldpros.org, and that will have all the information for you. We'll be right back.